Hello everyone, and welcome to Pathologic in Minecraft. This is going to end up being my next main channel video. And I'm just going to explore. We're going to take a look at things. So the entire map is the Pathologic 1 map, which I'm not as familiar with as the Pathologic 2 map, but I'm sure I'll still have fun taking a look around. But before we do take more of a look around, there's credits over here. Which I did take a look at this. I didn't know what these two things were at first, but this is supposed to be a tragedian and an executor. I looked at this and I was like, that's a really weird penguin. And then I realized it was an executor. So here's the credits. This map was built by @Pathologic on Twitter. And alone. So goddamn, dude. Took him over a year as well. There's a few other signs here that just say weird things. This one I found interesting. Reuben is 206 centimeters tall, and they use that to measure the height of buildings and get a scale, I think, of the entire town, which is crazy to me. Also, I found a Artemis skin. I'll have the skins and the world, everything linked in the description if you're interested. But with all of that out of the way, let's take a look around. So first off, they used banners to for like the silhouette of the town that's normally on the wall there. I thought that was really cool. Oh, there were doors here, but I accidentally broke them when I was exploring. So here's outside. We're gonna take a quick look and then I'm gonna walk around everywhere. Things are very dull in color. I think that's the station over there. That might be the cathedral. And that's all I can see from around here. So I don't think normal towns, normal buildings don't have interiors built inside them. And like I said, I'm not as familiar with the Pathologic 1 map, so this is very different to what I'm used to. I saw something over here. Wait, what's this? Oh, this is a pharmacy. Oh, okay, so it seems like the shops have built-in interiors. And I don't know what the interiors of the shops look like, so I don't know how accurate this is, but it's nice. It's nice and decorated. I assume this might be a water barrel? No, this is too complicated for a water barrel. I don't know what that is. Let's see, what's over here? Is this... Is this... Oh, I know what this place is. This is Vlad's house. Yep. Again, I don't remember exactly what this looks like in the original game. Is it all black like this? This is Capella's room. Looks nice. Yeah, I remember Capella's room. And I want to see Vlad's place. I want to see Vlad's place. He has like a round house, right? Yeah, he had like two entrances and then he would stand here sometimes. And here's his bed. Okay, so if I'm in the middle of town and this is Vlad's, then over there is the factory and over there's the polyhedron. And there's the station. Okay, so are there any other locations near Vlad's that might be interesting? Because most of this, again, I don't want to wander around and get lost, so I'm going to fly a bit. This looks interesting, but it seems like there's multiple buildings like that, so I think that's just a normal house. Um, what is this place? What is this place? Is this town hall? This goes into a storage area? Hmm. And this is jail. Okay, so this must be town hall. It's very different from Pathologic too. Okay. Okay, this is not a storage area. This is like desks and stuff. And this must be like town hall reception or something. It's getting dark. Oh, also, if you saw my other video, you'll notice that I was really struggling with the keyboard. And so instead of trying to learn how a keyboard works, I figured out how to connect my Xbox controller. And I'm playing with that right now, which is why I'm so functional. You know what? Wait, what's this building? This looks interesting. This is the grocery. Let's take a look at the grocery. Wall. I mean, things look nice. They look nice. That's all I have to say, because, like, I haven't actually seen these places for real. So there's Vlad's again. I really hope none of the bound have normal looking houses. This is something. This feels like Lara's or Yulia's, maybe? Again, I'm not so sure. There's a fireplace there, a few beds. No, this isn't Lara's. I remember what Lara's looks like. I don't know whose house this is. So please, if you know more about original Pathologic than I do, please feel free to explain some of these locations to me. There's nothing up there. I'm gonna leave the polyhedron maybe for last. Let's explore a bit. Oh, a staircase! One of the staircases. It looks okay. I have to say, like, the floating staircases look a lot better in game, because in Minecraft, stuff like this is just it's giving noob, is what I'm trying to say. But it looks fine. It looks fine. Oh, now this is Lara's, maybe? Um. Oh, actually, this is might be Yulia's place. I think this one is Yulia's. I feel like this feels familiar, because, like, doesn't Yulia stand, like, around here or something? But I could be wrong about that. There's this. I don't know what this is. I've never seen this before. Probably is in the game. Yeah, I think everything is like 100% accurate to the map, by the way. What is this? Oh, is this just a playground? Oh, it must be. I think this is a slide. This is maybe a swing and then a sandbox. There's nothing in there. Okay, is there anything else in this district I want to take a look at? Oh, here's the warehouses. Well, we'll take a look later at that. Oh, I know this district. This has the same shape-ish in Pathologic too. I think it's the Maw or something. But no bound are here. No bound live here. Here's another staircase. Oh, this one has a bunch of columns around it. I feel like this one's like the one next to the stone yard in Pathologic too. And here's the water gate thing. There's usually a boat there in Pathologic too as well. Okay, I think I might have seen everything there's to see in this district. Actually, there's another staircase I didn't look at. This one has a tree in the middle of it. Okay, let's take a look at the station. And I know this might be Vlad's shack. Maybe, perhaps. This is Vlad's? Yes, this is Vlad's, and he has the well. Ooh, is the well detailed? Okay, we're going down the well. Oh, no. Oh, it is actually. And it's all fleshy. Just as any well should be. I wonder if this is gonna take me to the abattoir. Oh, there's a divide here. I'm gonna go left. There's another split here. I'm gonna assume this wraps around back to where I came from. Okay, it's getting dark. I need light. Okay, I think that goes back to where I was, which means I can go. No, that one's a dead end, which leaves this area over here. And then it splits again. I'll go this way this time. This is another dead end. You know, I've never seen the tunnels of Pathologic 1. So I wonder if these tunnels are like extremely accurate with all the turns and dead ends and stuff. I wonder if the heart's down here as well. I don't know if that was in original Pathologic or not. Oh, I found something. Cobblestone. Feels like I'm in some kind of basement. And I've come out behind the theater. Wait, so was that not the abattoir tunnels in like I said, I've never seen this in Pathologic original. And I knew about the like grate behind the theater, but I've never seen inside of it. I don't know if this leads anywhere else though. So I'm just gonna run around a bit. Okay, it seems I found myself back at Vlad's. I don't think there's a heart down there. I was running around for quite a bit, and I kept running to my own torches over and over again. So I'm not sure. Hopefully I didn't miss anything there. Let's take a look at the station now. Oh, there's the bonfires. I recognize those. Oh, something in the description even said that they included all the Odong huts. And look, they did like the splittings in the river as well. That's really cool. Okay, I'm distracted by the hut. We're gonna see this first. I mean, this area looks really nice. Everything just looks extremely nice. Is there a door? There might not be. Which honestly I don't blame you for. Like, you don't need to decorate everything. Yeah, there's nothing inside, like I thought. Okay, let's finally go to the station. I don't know what this is. These big rocks. Since it's by the station, I'm assuming this is like the gumstones, I think they're called. Where Lika runs off to. Ah, the station. Oh, it seems the army has arrived as well. These are their cannons and stuff. Yeah, the army is in town and they've got all their cannons and stuff. Oh, they have the big cannon. Oh, that looks good. That looks cool. Oh, is it even aiming at the polyhedron? Hold on, I need a moment. We're gonna see if this is aiming at the polyhedron and then I'll come right back. Because that would just be a cool detail. Oh, I guess it isn't. I mean, I don't know if it does actually aim at the polyhedron in game. I was just assuming that it would be cool if it did. But I know that in this game, when the endings, it's like the army completely leveling the town and not just solely targeting the polyhedron. The cannon is huge, though. Is it really that big in the game as well? Because that's crazy. More stones. This looks like something to pick up the train stuff, and it doesn't seem like there's an interior to the station. Yeah, there is not. I don't know if it's decorated like you can see the inside of it in Classic. I was assuming that it was. So, and I'm pretty sure this map is extremely accurate, so I assume it's just closed off in Pathologic Classic as well. Oh, one of these is Murky's train car, right? Yep, here it is. Oh, maybe not. But I know she does like literally live in the station somewhere, right? I assume there'll be some carpet or something in hers. Oh, here we go. This one is decorations. This one must be Murky's. Alright, all the way over here was that train car that was being guarded by those guys. These had weapons in it and stuff, I think, or something. I just remember seeing someone fight a bunch of army guys here. And it seems like the map doesn't go out as far as it needs to be, which is completely okay. Still interesting. Okay, what else is around the station? I think we'll take a look at the warehouses now. Oh, this is where Artemy jumps the fence, right? It's like this exact spot, because there's the bonfire in the hill. I think he might end up starting here. Now let's try to find Notkin and Grief. I'm going to mark the doors I open with torches so that I don't... Actually, I'll just leave them open. Ruben should also have an area around here as well. Actually, let me fly around. If I remember correctly, Grief has a barrel in front of his warehouse. Oh, I really like that. That's an interesting way to do the fire barrels. Okay, this is Notkin's warehouse. I'm pretty sure. It's very purple in here, and I think his place is very purple as well. What else? I think Grief might be in this section, as well as Ruben. I Let's go this one. I think this one's Ruben's. Oh, whoa. I don't know what that block is. I've never seen that before. But yeah, this is definitely Ruben's lab. And now let's see Grief. There's another barrel over here. I assume this is Grief's. Yep. Oh, here's his throne, maybe? I don't think he has a throne in Classic, does he? But this place is nice. Now, there's one location I've heard of but never seen, and that is the meat. The meat area. There's like a meat quest on day one that people mention, like one of the warehouses has a bunch of meat in it, and that it's been robbed or something. And I think that's Barley's place. I don't know if those are one and the same, like the meat place and Barley's place are the same place. Let's take a look at Barley. I know this has been like called the hardest part in the game because they throw like a bunch of guys at you in a small area. Okay. Let's move on to the factory. There's the bridge over to the factory. Everything looks amazing. Everything looks awesome. I have that to say. We're the first mobs in the game. Some cows. Okay, now this is the workshop. Let's take a look inside. I don't think I've ever actually seen Artemy's workshop in Classic, so I don't know how this should look. But I assume these things here might be his alembic and tincture crafting, maybe? Or maybe this is it. I don't know what those are. This seems to be storage. This might be a bed. This is a bed. Is this bed that big? Anyway, if only there was a recreation of the Pathologic 2 map, I'd have much more to say about that, because I really have not seen much of this place. I assume this might be the bar. Actually, no, the bar isn't in the factory in Classic. I know that. It's somewhere here. Oh, I know what that place is. Wait, okay, I'm gonna take a look. I'm gonna stop running around like that. I saw the meat lines, and it seems it goes over here. I thought it would lead into the abattoir, kind of like Pathologic 2's one, but it goes just right outside of the abattoir. So here's like the meat belts or whatever they're called. There's a few more cows here. This, I assume, is Pathologic Classic's Raggy Barrow. I've never seen this before either in the game. Oh, there's another Odong hut out here. I didn't know of that one. I guess we'll take a look at the cemetery now. Oh yeah, Grace. Grace has a building here. I assume this is Grace's building. Yeah, it's very simple and classic. It's much better, in my opinion, in Pathologic 2. Now, it seems that each of these posts are a grave, and I assume these are just big rocks in the cemetery. One of the signs at the beginning says something about a flower at a grave at Farkod's grave. I don't know who Farkod is, but I assume this might be it. I know Changeling emerges from a grave, and I think this might be it. Well, let's move on. I don't know what this is. There's stables here or something? More big rocks. I know this is Aspidy's place. What I don't know is why she has two doors. There's a head there. Why is there a head there? Oh, actually, I think I know. The upstairs door, this is where you would speak to Aspidy. And then I remember there be her, like, sheltering an Odong or something in her basement. Okay, what should we look at next? Well, there's Isidore's house, the bar, and Sticky. And I don't know the location of either of them. Oh, is this the bar? That's a place. But is this the bar? There's nothing on the sign. I don't know, is this? Okay, no, this is just a building. I think the bar dips down, which is why I thought that was the bar. This might be the Saburov's place. It looks gothic. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure what this location is. Okay, if this was the Saburov's place, there would be two entrances. I know that for a fact. Okay, maybe this was Lara's place then, because I don't know where the location of her shelter is. Oh, this is the bar, isn't it? Yep, this one has something on the sign. Oh, it's the heart. Because, like, the bar... I forget the name of it, but there's hearts on it. This place looks cool. I definitely remember what it looks like in game. Actually, maybe I don't. So I don't know how accurate this is, but I feel like it's really accurate. The bar looks really good. I like the bar. This is the Saburov's place. Now I think this back door is for Katerina, and then the other door is for Alexander. She has high ceilings. And now Alexander in the front door. Wait, you can go upstairs in this building? I didn't know that. This feels like that room in Pathologic 2 where he usually is. And up here is his bed, I guess. Okay, what's next? I was there already. That building looks unique. You know what? I think this might actually be Laura's place. This looks like her shelter. Now, is it though? No, I think this is a shop. I'm wrong about that. There's no sign though. Now, I know Sticky just lives in a normal house. So now I need to find him. Oh, I think I might have found it. This is the only building with an interior. And there's a back door. I don't know if Sticky's place has a back door. Well, I think I've seen everything of note in these two districts, besides for the Termitary and abattoir. I'm very interested in both of these buildings, but I have a feeling that the abattoir is going to be mostly empty. Also, no, that seems about right. I was going to say from this guy, it seems like the Termitary should have been taller, but this seems about right, I guess. Okay, there's two entrances here. This. Oh, maybe I can even find Taya's room. I'm gonna struggle with it, but maybe I can find Taya's room. This place looks cool as well. It's very wooden. I know in Pathologic 2 it's very stone. It's mostly stone. This is very wooden though. Now one of these is Taya's room. Oh, there's a door there. Yep, this must be it. This must be the lair of Mother Superior. We're gonna take a look at the other door now because I think I saw Taya's room. This back here is where you run into Artemis the Bachelor, I think. And he gives you the panacea, maybe. Oh wait, there's more rooms are back here? One of these rooms is something important. Okay, now let's see if I can go into the other half of the Termitary. I don't know. Oh, I can. I don't know what goes on in this section of the Termitary. What the significance of this area is. Seems like it's just stairs. And then it opens up here. And it's all barricaded. So I'm clueless. Okay, now let's take the main road to the abattoir. I don't think you can ever gain access to the abattoir through here, so I'm not expecting an entrance. Okay, Oh, maybe you can. I know in Pathologic 2 this isn't an entrance, but it seems like it is the case in this one. Once again, I'm not likely to recognize anything, sadly. But it's interesting. It's very interesting. I can go that way or this way. Okay, I think that's a dead end. There's a big pit there. There's a big fire there. That looks really cool. That's awesome. I want to make something like that in my Minecraft world. That's where I came in from. There's stairs up there. I'm gonna go this way first because I think that's the way to go, maybe? No, it seems like that. Okay, let's see where these stairs go. They go up here and they go nowhere. More rock and a big pit. I assume this is how Artemy gains access to the tunnels. What is this? This looks like a massive bull skull type thing. But this also feels like it's an entryway to somewhere. I know there's an Oyen boss fight, but I've never seen it. Let's see what's down the hole. It's death. Yeah, I don't know. There's elements here that I kind of recognize, like the pit being where you jump into the thing and see the heart in Pathologic 2, but again, I haven't played Classic. Wait, what is this? There's stuff down here. I don't know what this is. Looks interesting though. Oh, it's kind of like a butterfly. Like those two are the wings. Did I find an Easter egg? Also, what is this? This looks like a building. Oh no, it's just one of the entrances. Okay, let's try to find the river. There's the river. They didn't bother with the river going all the way down there, I think. Unless that's just how it looks. But let's follow the river along now. Wait, in this game, does the abattoir not dump into the river? Because, like, that's what's supposed to make the river so unhealthy. And I didn't see, like, an exit there. Okay, we're finally moving on to the stone yard. And we're gonna see the polyhedron. Actually, there's one thing I should have checked over here. And that is Shaken. Now, I don't know the exact location of Shaken in Pathologic Classic, but it's gotta be out in the steppe, right? Oh, maybe not. Is Shaken not in Classic? Because the map ends here. I guess maybe later I'll do a bit more running around and see if I come across Shaken. Shaken seems like a location that was from... I don't know, I never thought that was a new thing to Pathologic 2. But it could just be in a different location than usual. Here's another one of the rivers. This one's by the stone yard with another Odong hut. There's another one. There's a lot of those Odong huts. I think I'm nearing the stone yard. Yep, this is near the stone yard, I believe. Yeah. Whoa, the cathedral looks cool. Here is the still water. Downstairs is the still water. And let's go see Daniel's area. There's a brewing station here. This is a bedroom. Oh, does the entire room loop around like that? I didn't know it did that. Wow. There's the polyhedron. It's a bit small, isn't it? Okay, let's take a look into the cathedral. There's the clock. Interesting way to do a clock. I mean, I can't really tell it's a clock, but I know there's a clock there is the thing. And here's the cathedral. It looks awesome. Here are the benches. This, I don't even know what this is supposed to be, but it looks very cool. Is there, doesn't seem to, I guess Pathologic Classic didn't have the giant pendulum, but you could still head up here. I wonder if Classic still has like the cathedral being linked to like time and stuff, since there's no pendulum. Anyway, here's the Kynes place. This one has to be Georgi's. I assume this is a plant. And then the middle building belongs to Maria. And I know her entrance is on the other side. These buildings are much more colorful than I remember. And lastly, we have Victor's over here. Alright, is there anything else to see before I take a look at the polyhedron? There's this is the cape, right? With the mistress graves? Maybe? I think this might be a statue of a woman. I've not seen this area in forever, so I think these might be statues of people. Okay, let's finally take a look at the polyhedron. Interesting use of green, because it's not very green, is it? I mean, it still looks fine. It looks good. I'm just not understanding green. Maybe it is more green than I remember, though. Or maybe they just wanted this pattern to look correct. Or fell. And here's the top. Yeah, it's way quick to get up here. Can I go inside? There's an inside. Oh, yeah. And it looks just like how it does look, kind of. Yeah, this is cool. Let's try to get a few other looks at the polyhedron. I feel like this might look good at night. Maybe I'll come back when it hits night again, because I think there might be lights embedded in the thing. Yeah. One thing I'm interested in is digging underneath this to see if the spire... Okay, no. They didn't bother to include that unnecessary detail of the spire digging into the earth. Oh, one last thing. The bell's back here. That's a really good looking bell. Anyway, I think I've seen it all. Okay, I think I've seen everything there is to see. I'm gonna end the video with a clip of the polyhedron at night because I really do think that's gonna look good. Eventually, like I said, this is going to be my next video, so I'll have more concise thoughts and I'll talk a bit more about specific things later on in that video on my main channel. Pathologic did an amazing job here recreating everything. Everything looks really good. And even though I didn't recognize everything, like there's such a level amount of detail in here that you really have to appreciate. And so I'll be ending things here. Thank you for watching and goodbye.